Guys, let's be honest. Life moves way too fast for you to be standing around worried if you have BO. I don't care what you're doing. You could be in a job interview. You could be out on a date. Worrying about BO is the last thing you need to be doing. Enter Mando. Whole body deodorant, and you will never have to worry about BO again. Mando isn't just for your pits. It is safe everywhere. Mando clinically has been proven to block odor all day and up to 72 hours. Choose a solid stick with mandelic acid or go with a spray deodorant, which is perfect for the hard-to-reach spots, and it's offered in scents like Clover Woods, Mount Fuji, and Bourbon Leather. And you want to know what's perfect, guys? Get the Mando Starter Pack, particularly if you're a new customer. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, and free shipping. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with my exclusive code. And guys, that's over 40% off. Go to shopmando.com and that exclusive code I was telling you about, Chael, like the famous gangster. The code is Chael. Enter that at mando.com. Or to make it really easy, I put some links below. Oh, guys, I'm going to name drop for you. All right, I'm going to name drop. Nate Diaz. I get a FaceTime call from Nate Diaz today, and this is very exciting. I look down, this is my son's favorite guy. I get able to speak with him. He's out doing a movie. Theo Vaughn and David Spade. Could you imagine? Like, if you could be at any dinner table right now, can you think of one realistically that you'd rather be at than at a dinner table with David Spade, Theo Vaughn, and Nate Diaz? Could you imagine? Right? I was with David Spade one night. Another name dropped by me. I was there. David Spade was at a bar. I was there. And my wife and I, to this day, will bring up things that he said and just start laughing. And we weren't even part of it. He wasn't even talking to us. We were just there. Could you imagine David Spade and Theo Vaughn together? Then you got Nate Diaz. All right, great. Let me refocus, though, because I actually come to you with a point. Nate told me something. Now, you guys, this probably won't surprise you. There are rules to being Nate Diaz's friend. There are rules. And one of those rules is if you get a call from Nate, you don't share the content of the call with Nate. It could be the last call that you ever get from Nate, but this one's different. This one's different, and I need to come to you guys. Because I'm catching up with Nate. He's off doing this movie. Hey, Nate, what are you doing? He says, hey, I got out The Ultimate Fighter. I'm in Vegas for The Ultimate Fighter. Start visiting with him a little bit about UFC, and I asked him straight up, where do you want to fight? And he did not hesitate at all. We were on the topic of boxing, but he did not hesitate at all. He said the UFC. He said, Chael, what I learned. He said the best fighters in the world are at the UFC. It was a very nice compliment. And I'm sure that excites you very much. Nate would walk right back into this, either the top draw, because he's been gone for a little bit, or slides right into number 2. Like, there is no question that is a wonderful night of business. Now, there is a question, in fairness, would the UFC sign him? And the reason that's relevant, you remember Alice drove her in, hey, honey, my beautiful wife just came out here. You remember the great Damian Maia. Damian Maia is one of the greats ever. And those guys hit a certain age. The UFC said, we're not re-signing them. My teammate, Ed Herman, same deal. No one's mad. You're not getting cut. Love to have you. But at this age, we're just not re-signing. So we then got reports of Nick Diaz. And not only was Nick signed and in the pool, he even had a bout agreement, complete with a date and a location. And then all of a sudden, we hear from George Masvidal that he is back. And then out of nowhere, we hear from Cowboy Cerrone that he is back. So, and we love that, right? We would love to see Cowboy. We would love to see George Masvidal. But if we're discussing the veterans that we would love to see, we certainly cannot deny the only one of those veterans that's coming off a win, right? We can't bring the other ones back and make this exception to this policy and then bring back the guy that won by finish in his last MMA fight. So what is going on with Nate? Like, what is going on and how exactly do we help them? And I said something, Nate. I said, Nate, I basically said what I just said to you guys. Hey, Nate, if you want to come back, why aren't you back? And I'm trusting that it's because somebody on the other end of the phone said, hey, that's just not a direction that we're going. But it didn't seem like that happened. In fact, I think Nate said something along the lines of, they don't know, I'm going to let them know real soon. It was something like that. And that's very exciting. So I'm out here doing the Ultimate Fighter. I said, Nate, come out. Come out. Join the team, even if for a day. And then we'll go talk to Dana, right? Like, if you want to let them know, I can help you let them know. So, because of that, and because of my friend Nate Diaz wants it to be known that he wants to come back, that is why I have chosen and taking the liberty here of discussing the contents of the phone call. But I really can't think of anything I want to see more than Nate Diaz fight. Now, in all fairness, my number one thing is a Nate Diaz walkout. But there's nothing that I want to do more in the sport right now than get that one more time. And I want the whole damn thing. I want it in the bag. I want him punching his, I want him coming through before he even gets to the curtain. There is nothing quite like that. And if things go well, guys, we might get that one more time.